I should have done Toy Story 2 for my second video. It wasn't the second game I ever played, but it does have a 2 in the title. Although Toy Story 2 does represent another significant first for me, I'm pretty sure it was the first film I saw in the cinema. So that's something. So Toy Story 2, Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue was developed by Traveller's Tales and published by Activision! Oh god. Good thing this was made pre-microtransactions. Imagine if this was made today. Although Activision did make a Space Ranger game. It's called Infinite Warfare. So the game was released on PS1, N64, Windows and Macintosh in 1999 and on the Dreamcast in 2000. Again, I've only played it on PS1, so that's what I'm talking about. Based on the title, I would assume it's based on the 1999 Pixar film. Not sure why. Just a hunch. We all know the story, but in case you need a reminder, Woody's been stolen by the evil toy collector Al, and Buzz and the rest of Andy's toys set out to rescue him. As the title suggests, you play as Buzz on his quest to rescue Woody, and most of the levels are based on scenes from the film. You start in Andy's house, which is a fucking death trap! Seriously, you've got killer toys roaming around, the kitchen and garage have gone haywire, there's toxic waste or something spilled all over the basement. What kind of house does Andy's mother keep? So being a super cool toy like Buzz Lightyear, you can expect to have quite a few abilities. Buzz can run and jump and climb on obstacles, push certain objects, climb poles and ropes, spin on horizontal poles to get more distance from jumps, slide on zip lines, use his wings to do a spin attack, and apparently he really was a Space Ranger all along because he can use his laser, his actual real life fully functioning laser. Seriously, you can blast enemies and shoot locks off with it. If he had that in the films, Woody would have gotten his fucking head blown off. You can hold down the fire button to charge it up, and you can also hold L1 to enter a first person view so you can aim more accurately, so there's still something for all the Call of Duty fanboys out there. You can also hold down the spin button to charge up a long spin attack, and if you jump and press the spin button you can do a stomp which can be used as an attack and to press buttons and bounce on certain surfaces. So yeah, a pretty impressive range of abilities if I do say so. So your goal is to rescue Woody from Al, but how exactly do you do that? Well, according to this, Buzz did it by collecting Pizza Planet tokens? Yeah, that's what he did. And how will collecting Pizza Planet tokens help you save Woody? Well, because shut the fuck up. So how do you find the Pizza Planet tokens? Well, I'll tell you, shall I? You have to explore each level and complete tasks given to you by the other toys you come across, which makes no sense whatsoever. The other toys are supposed to be helping you to save Woody, so why would they withhold the thing you need to save him? Just so they can waste your time with this bullshit? Whatever. So every level is essentially a little sandbox for you to explore and find tasks and challenges to complete. There's no set order, so you can complete them at pretty much your own leisure. There's 5 Pizza Planet tokens to collect in each level, but you actually only need 1 to move on to the next. So this is another game where you can essentially skip half of it if you want. The only limit is that you need a certain number of tokens to face the final boss. So there's a couple different types of tasks in each level. You'll meet Ham, who asks you to collect 50 coins for him. You can find coins throughout the level and by defeating enemies. Here, get these in your slot. A character will want you to find some things for them and bring them back. In the first level, Bo Peep wants you to find her sheep. Jesus, can't you see I've got enough on my mind right now, Bo? Woody's been kidnapped and now you want me to help you find your fucking sheep? There's usually a race or some kind of timed challenge for you to beat. In the first level you race RC around the garage. He's easy. All you have to do is run in front of him and he can't get past you. Then he goes absolutely fucking off it when you beat him. Jesus, don't be such a sore loser. There's also a boss fight in each level. In the first you fight this evil robot toy thing. Just let him chase you around and then when he stops, blast him with your laser until you blow his head clean off. Holy shit, you killed him! Yeah, that's a thing in this game. Apparently Buzz is just going around murdering other toys now. You'll also meet Mr. Potato Head, who will ask you to find some appendage of his that he's managed to misplace. He doesn't give you a token when you find it. Instead he lets you use some kind of power-up, like the energy shield so you can walk across the toxic waste in the basement without getting killed. Or you know, Mr. Potato Head, seeing as I thought we were friends, you could just let me use the shield, you know, 'cause we're friends, and I won't turn you into a roast potato with my laser. How does that sound? So you collect all 5 Pizza Planet tokens and... then what? Do I need to go somewhere? Has somewhere opened up? Seriously, where the fuck do I go? I've looked everywhere and I can't find where I need to go next. So guess what? The levels never actually end. You can run around forever and nothing will happen. Turns out you have to exit the level yourself. Whenever you pick up a token, it'll ask you if you want to exit the level or keep playing. And if you decide to keep playing, then you have to go into the pause menu and exit the level manually. Why? Why not exit the level automatically once you've got the last token? It's not like there's anything else for you to find. Whatever, on to level 2. So you get outside, and it's just as crazy out here as it is inside Andy's house. The killer toys are out here as well, and there's a possessed lawnmower driving around out of control. Has the whole world just gone mad?
Has the planet gone mad?
So same as before, you go around the level looking for characters to give you tasks to do, when you should be trying to rescue Woody. You find Ham, who asks you to get him another 50 coins. What the fuck, Ham? What happened to the other 50 coins I just got you? What, you spent them all already? Sergeant Hartman wants you to find his missing soldiers, and RC challenges you to a rematch, and he's just as sore as before when you beat him. Then you've got to climb a tree and fight the Zurg kite at the top. And let me tell you something, I don't care what games you've played or what you've seen. You don't know what scary is until you enter first person and you see this fucking thing coming at you. So this seems like a good place to pause and talk about the controls. The controls in this game are actually pretty decent. Better at least than in fucking Croc. At least Buzz doesn't move like a tank. It's not perfect. In fact, if anything, Buzz feels a little too light. He moves a little too quickly, meaning that it can be difficult to get him in the right position to make certain jumps. Or when you land, you've got to be careful not to be holding the directional buttons down. Otherwise, Buzz might end up flying over the edge of wherever you just landed. But to be honest, my biggest complaint about this game isn't the controls, but the camera. The camera can be tricky at times. There's 2 modes, active and passive. In passive mode, you have to move the camera with the triggers, while in active mode, the camera will move based on your position and the direction you're facing, but sometimes it'll get confused and not know which way it wants to go, like when you're in a tight corner or just changing directions fast can screw it up. It can fuck you up when you're trying to make a jump but can't see exactly where you're jumping. Now if you find the active camera to be a real problem, you can put it in passive mode to keep it from moving around all over the place, but then you've got to control it yourself, which can be annoying as well, so you can't win either way. So in addition to the main levels, some levels are just boss fights, like this one where you've got to fight this random plane that's coming after you. Now, I'm fairly certain this didn't happen in the film. It's been a while since I last watched Toy Story 2, but I don't remember after leaving Andy's house, Buzz and the gang stopping to reenact the crop duster scene from North by Northwest. After that, you arrive at a haunted construction site. Seriously, half the equipment is moving around by itself, and there's a poltergeist fucking around with the drawers in the foreman's office. You meet Ham again, and he asks you to get him another 50 coins! What happened to the other 50 I got you? Alright mate, we need to talk. It's pretty clear that you've got a serious spending problem, and it's not going to get any better until you admit it. To get one of the tokens, you have to do this colour mixing puzzle. You've got to figure out how to make purple, green and orange from red, blue and yellow. What is this game made for little kids? This is also where the platforming starts to get a bit tricky, where you're having to climb this building and run along all these narrow beams, and with Buzz moving fast you've got to be careful you don't end up throwing yourself off. It's not like you get killed either, there's no fall damage in this game. It's just annoying when you spend ages climbing up this building, taking it slow and steady, and then one mistake means you fall and you've got to start right back at the bottom again. After the construction site, you've got to go through these alleys. Nothing really notable here, except that you have to use a grappling hook to get to some areas of the level. But where do you get the grappling hook from? Why, you get it from Mr. Potato Head, of course. Where's Mr. Potato Head? Fuck you, that's where he is. Turns out he's not in this level. So how do you get the grappling hook? Well, he actually gives it to you later in the game. Yep, just like in Bugs Bunny Lost in Time, there's certain areas you can only reach with abilities you don't gain until later. So if you want to collect everything, you'll need to return to levels you've already beaten. And I like how Rex just blatantly breaks the fourth wall when he's giving you this information. After the alleys, you get another boss fight. This time with Slimer from Ghostbusters? Okay. And then Buzz flies off afterwards? So he can fly? So what was this shit all about? So then we end up at Al's toy barn, and I'm starting to see why we just had to fight Slimer, because it seems that the Toy Story universe has crossed into the Ghostbusters universe, or vice versa. The paranormal chaos that's infested Andy's home and neighbourhood is spreading across the city, from the construction site to the alleys and now at Al's toy barn. So one thing that I really liked about this game is the level design. I like their sandbox style where you're not forced down a linear path and can explore as you please. The levels aren't huge, but there's quite a lot to explore in each, and they're pretty well detailed. They really do capture the look of the scenes from the film. The graphics are pretty good too. The character models are well detailed, although some of the faces are a bit dopey looking. Hey Buzz. The reflection of Buzz's face on his visor when you enter first person is a nice little touch. I also like the animations. They're very smooth and fluid and well detailed as well. In between levels you get these FMV clips from the film. Now obviously they're nowhere near as good quality as the film, but for a PS1 game at the time these were pretty good. Nowadays, you're probably better off just skipping them. And what about voice acting? Well, there isn't that much outside of the cutscenes, and most of what's in the game itself are just voice clips from the films. As you play through levels, Buzz will randomly spout lines from the films, context free, which can be pretty funny, like when he says "I come in peace" right after blasting someone with his laser, or when he keeps saying "no time to lose" when he's fucking around with this shit when he's supposed to be rescuing Woody. It does start to get irritating when Buzz keeps repeating the same phrase over and over again, especially if you're having to go through the same bits over and over again at the same time.
I'm Buzz Lightyear, Space Ranger, Universe Protection Unit.
Who are you talking to? Oh, this is the construction site. You must be talking to the ghosts. After Al's toy barn, you come to Al's Spaceland. Okay. Here you get to fight the imposter Buzz Lightyear. Jesus, this Buzz is packing some heat! Ham also asks you for another 50 coins. What have you got, loan sharks after you? What do you need all these coins for? So this seems like a good place to talk about a criticism I have with this game, and that's its repetitiveness. The levels are well designed and detailed, but the objectives within them do start to get a bit dull and repetitive. There's always a boss fight, all of which are pretty much the same and don't do anything different. Ham always asks you to get him 50 coins, there's usually some kind of race or time challenge, and a collecting challenge. Now to be fair, some levels do have some kind of unique task, like the colour puzzle in the construction site, but I do think the developers should have been able to come up with some more types of challenges in addition to the ones I just listed. So now you reach the elevator shafts. I never found anything in this game to be particularly difficult. Annoying, maybe, but not really hard. However, if I did have to pick a hardest part, I'd probably say the elevator shafts, just because they can be a little confusing to navigate, but that's it really. There's also snakes to fight in this level, so in addition to other toys, Buzz is now going around slaughtering animals. And what kind of air ducts are infested with snakes? Is that a common thing in this town? So then you make it up to Al's penthouse, which is just as crazy as everywhere else. There's snakes and birds and cannons that shoot at you, and stereotypical Mexican bandits walking around? What? I don't remember them from Woody's Roundup. Although, given that it was supposed to have been made in the 50s, yeah. Fun fact, the bandits actually caused the game a bit of controversy when it first released, and their appearances were altered in future copies, which was probably for the best. We also get to see Al's bedroom, which I can safely say no woman has likely ever set foot in. So this is a good place to talk about some other bullshit. You see, Buzz has lives, and when he loses them all, it's game over. Now you might think that's not too bad, just start the level from the beginning with a couple new lives, no problem. But no, because not only do you have to start the level again, but the game kicks you right back to the opening menu. Seriously, you have to go through the intros again, although you can't skip them this time, but then you have to load the game again. Why? Why not just start me back at the beginning of the level? Why make me do all this? Just to be even more irritating? And you'd also think, given you've played other games, that when you start the level again, you'd start with a couple fresh lives and full health. But no, because it's loading the game from just before you got game over, so you start with no lives and only a little bit of health. So when you get one game over, it's easy to get another one straight after, and then another one, unless you find some extra lives. So then it's back to the elevator shafts, where you encounter... That's right, you've got to fight the evil Emperor Zurg. He's just as easy as everything that's come before. Your laser doesn't work on him, so you've got to hit him with your spin attack. Do that a bunch of times and he falls off the elevator and you win. Next you arrive at the airport. I'm a little disappointed there wasn't a level based on the driving scene. I can just imagine a GTA inspired level where you're crashing through the city in a Pizza Planet truck. The airport was another level that was a little confusing to navigate. I really liked the music in this level, and the one after, some nice atmospheric electronica. You also get to fuck up the Prospector in this level too. After the airport you come to the runway, pretty much the same as before. You've got to collect some things, get Hammy's coins and... you. Slinky. 20 years. Over 20 years I've been waiting for this moment. Over 20 years ago I reached this level, but I could never beat this challenge, and it drove me fucking nuts. But not today, because now I'm all grown up, and I'm going to do what weak little 7-year-old me couldn't. So the challenge is pretty simple. You're at the centre of a maze made out of the toxic waste or whatever it is, and you've got to get to the end within the time limit without jumping or touching the slime. You jump, or if one pixel of buzz makes contact with the slime, you fail and you've got to start all over again. Alright, let's do this shit! Fuck! Oh, fuck off! Fuck, man! Oh, man! Motherfucker! Oh, come on! Away, man! You fuck! Brick! Oh, come on! Oh my god! For fuck's sake, man! Fucking Slinky! Come on! Come on! Yes! Yes! Finally! After 20 years! I've done it! So after the airport you arrive at the final showdown, which is with the Prospector and 2 of the random bosses from earlier. You beat them once more and there you go, you've finally rescued Woody. And oh my god, just look at that. Yeah. So that's Toy Story 2, Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue. In conclusion, it's a fun and well made, if not particularly challenging little game. It does get a bit repetitive and feel a little redundant at times, and has a couple odd quirks, but on the whole I think it's a decent game that lives up to the film's name, and I continue to enjoy it now just as I did when it first released. So Traveller's Tales actually has a pretty long history and they're still going strong today. They did all the LEGO games like LEGO Star Wars and Avengers and whatnot, and before that they did Toy Story 1 for Super NES and Sega Genesis. Bit before my time. A Bug's Life on PS1, we'll get to that. Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, that too. Toy Story Racer and... the weakest link. I've got to try that someday. And Activision? Well, we all know what became of them, don't we? Well, that was fun. Thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, which you probably did if you made it this far. If you did, then please like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Thanks again.